season for me, it's a new place, a new boat with new department heads.
Best thing to do is feed them alcohol.
I've never hit anything in my career, ever.
Bring me a naked man and bring him to me now.
Challenge accepted.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Married to Reality. It's the Below Deck Med Edition. I'm your co-host, John, here with my wife and co-captain. It's the one and only Teresa.
Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing?
I'm doing fine. Why were you laughing at me?
Because you were hyping yourself up while drinking a tea.
Guilty. I'm over here fist bumping during that intro. I'm excited. I think, and you can tell me I'm crazy, you can tell me I'm wrong. I think this has been a great week of reality television.
Oh, yeah.
I think we started off pretty strong with the 90-day Fiance finale. Mm-hmm. I don't think it was a 10 out of 10, but I thought it was a solid 7, which I think is good enough to get excited about. I thought Seeking Sister Wife was, what an episode.
Out of control.
I thought that was one of the best episodes of the season. And this Below Deck.
The best
of the season. This episode.
Best. I love it.
So much happened.
Love
so much. So don't mind me over here fist bumping to our intro because I'm fired up about this episode, about this season, about this week of reality TV, Teresa.
I do agree.
And who cares if I'm drinking tea? All right. A lot to talk about. Before we do, a little bit of housekeeping. We'll keep it quick. You guys know what to do. Follow the Instagram at Married to Reality Pod. There's memes over there. There's news over there. There's a poll over there, or there was earlier this week. There was a poll about the new couple that was just added to Happily Ever After.
I think it's still up.
It's not up anymore. It went down.
You're right.
It went down yesterday. Yeah, it was only up for 24 hours.
You're right.
Overwhelmingly, people not happy about Bilal and Shida being added.
No, but hey, hopefully they'll be better than Jenny and Samit.
Yeah, and I saw a lot of people saying better than Jabri and Miona being invited to be on that show.
True, because at least I think that Bilal and Shida, as much as he's a total asshole, they're still not playing at all.
No, I think he's authentically a douchebag. And I think they'll bring some drama, I hope.
Yeah.
Hopefully no more pranks. I'm over the pranks. But I think a little drama, maybe.
I think the drama with them will be she's going to try to get pregnant, but Bilal's going to be hesitating. But hey, it's in the freaking prenup.
Hey.
You better share your sperm.
You better spread that seed.
Mm-hmm. You
Garrick
spread
style.
that seed.
Yeah. Okay. We've officially talked about all the shows we cover. Oh, nothing about maths yet. But that is tomorrow. But
that's in the future,
That's in the
Jonathan.
future. We're living in the present right now. So get on that Instagram at Married to Reality Pod for polls and memes and news. Message us. It's all good stuff over there. Also, check out the Patreon. You know Seeking Sister Wife is happening over there. You know bonus episodes are happening over there. We got 90 Day UK. We dropped one episode, and we might be dropping another 90 Day UK episode.
And maybe something else.
Maybe so.
I'm coming up with all these ideas.
You be quiet.
These ideas.
Surprises are fun. So
I know.
Okay. So that's patreon.com/married to reality. Thank you to all our current patrons and our future patrons. We love you guys.
Guys, come on over, comment, message us.
Yeah.
Love it.
Keep Teresa busy. Also, make sure you guys are just following the podcast right now. Wherever you're listening right now, it's so easy to do. You look down, you smash that follow button.
Guys, smash like his hot is Natalia in store.
Whee! That was
because we have a hot new couple alert.
That was a
hot new couple alert.
Very hot couple, a sexy couple.
It wasn't a steamboat.
Oh, steamboat. No, it wasn't. That kind of was. And last but not least, if you haven't left a review, we love. And so if you could leave a review, that would be amazing.
Yes.
All right, let me take a sip of my tea, Teresa.
Are we ready for our favorite segment?
You lead us in while I take a sip of my tea.
All right, guys. Our favorite segment. You know that home is a bad name for a boat.
It's the worst name I've ever heard for a boat. And we were in Connecticut. We were on the shore this past weekend. We took out a couple stand-up paddleboards. Sup, T. And as we were paddleboarding along, we were reading the boat names, and there were some decent boat names. Nothing as bad as home.
I love how you call it paddleboarding. It was a struggle boarding.
We were on our knees, struggling because there was 20 knot winds coming at us.
I was just gonna say at least 20 knots.
20 knots. And I was
At
like, I
least 20
cannot
knots.
stand up and make it back to the dock. So
We were so far, guys, in the middle of basically an open water. Okay, it was a river mixed
river.
with the ocean.
Yeah.
It was a salty
it was
river.
brackish.
But we were in the middle. I'm looking at John. He's like, I'm giving up.
There was no way we were going to make it back.
He's like on his knees. He's like, I'm giving up.
Going with the wind was a blast.
Oh my gosh.
Turning around, trying
That
to.
was the issue. We went so far with the wind.
Yeah. But we were reading boat names and they were okay.
Yes.
They weren't as bad as home. But I promise you, they will not be as good as the boat names we are about to deliver right now in a little segment we call
Boat name this segment.
All right,
How many
Teresa?
do you have?
I have 3.
Good.
You have 3?
I have 3.
All right. Ladies first.
All right. I'm quite proud of these names.
Oh, boy.
But the first name of this episode is Final Strikes.
Whoa. I'm guessing you're talking about Reagan.
I'm talking about Reagan and I'm talking about Dave.
Oh, well,
Final
all right.
Strikes.
Final strikes. All right. My first boat name comes to us because of the way
John loves explaining.
the way Sandy dealt with Dave, the way Sandy deals with everyone. Such a professional, such a calming voice amongst the storm.
Can I guess your boat name?
Guess it.
Okay. Mama. Everybody else. Ooh.
No.
'Cause she was so.
No.
She was so cute.
She was more than a mom. She was more professional than a mom. She was Dr. Sandy. She was like a therapist. She was like acting like a therapist. Teresa gave me this face that was like, huh?
I did not. I thought it was like a TV show?
Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman? No, Dr. Sandy.
I used to watch it.
All right.
Dr. Quinn.
Maybe we'll recap one of those on Patreon. If you guys are looking for something to fall asleep to. Dr. Sandy is my first boat name.
All right.
All right, number 2, Teresa.
All right. Glad you explained it. All right. Boat name number 2 of this episode is Take Life by the Storm.
Whoa! Hello! Best boat name Teresa's ever come up
Right?
with. Very
Right?
good.
Because
Very
Storm
good.
is living his best life.
Okay, I like it. This is going to be tough to follow, but I think I can do it. We saw a lot of drinking done by our chef Dave. He was pounding those beers. And we saw someone being fired.
Yeah.
Okay. My second boat name, Bottles and Canned.
Oh, that's
Bottles
pretty
and
good.
Canned, Teresa.
I like it.
Yeah, that's boat name number 2.
It's better than Dr. Sandy.
How dare you?
I mean, you always open
I
up
pretend
with
I
them.
liked Glenn the Man for a season. The least you can do is give me Dr.
You
Sandy.
loved
I loved Glenn the Man.
You have to admit that you loved Glenn the
I
Man.
did. I like the way you delivered it. So, okay.
All right.
Forget Bottles and Canned.
I loved Balls and
All
Can.
right.
Okay.
Last but not least, Teresa.
All right.
Boat name
All right.
number 3.
And another strong one.
If you do say so yourself.
Yes. All right. You ready?
Yeah.
Boat name number 3 of this episode is David Downer.
Whoa! You just topped yourself. Just when I thought you couldn't
Right?
top yourself, you topped yourself.
I know. I was very pleased with me, with myself. Very pleased with myself.
I don't even know if I should even go with my third. I'm going to
If
go
it's
with
better
my
than Dr. Sandy, you go for it.
It's a little better than Dr. Sandy. This third boat name, we saw Reagan. She was asked to leave the boat.
Yeah.
My third boat name, Ray Gone. Ray Gone.
That's
Teresa.
pretty good. That's pretty good.
We'll see you later.
Oh.
Okay, subtitle for the boat name.
That's good.
All
I
right,
like
that is
it.
boat name this segment. Guys, send us your boat names. We're having so much fun with boat name this segment.
I love it.
You can message us. You can leave it as a review. You can attach it to a pigeon and send it our way.
Yes.
We want to know what your boat names are, so please share with us. All right, should we get into this episode? Season 7, episode 5. Let's start with Ray Gone. Let's start with Sandy having that hard talk with Ray Gone.
Yeah, so they are on Ray Gone.
Ray Gone? Mm-hmm. Yes.
the bridge of Reagan.
Yes.
And Captain Sandy's talking to Reagan.
Yes.
I mean, I literally predicted it.
You really
so
did. You
walk
called
on
it.
people.
You called it. Yeah. Well,
or
you
not.
kind of spoiler alert next time. You should give us a spoiler alert.
Well, I just
but-
guessed, but
yeah.
Captain Sandy saying, well, she brought up all her mistakes, and the final strike was the docking.
Yeah.
You said 3 meters, that was 0.5. I'm letting you go, Reagan, but I am all for having more female bosuns, so I hope you stick with it. I hope you work as a decky underneath a strong bosun. She's like, I would have trained you if I could.
Yeah, Dr. Sandy was there for Reagan in a time of need because yes, she no longer had a place on Bottles and Canned, but Sandy does want to see more women in the workforce, and so says, I'll give you a good recommendation. You can join a busier charter. You can learn what you need to learn, and then get your ass back here.
Yes.
You can do it. You can prove yourself and have a successful career.
I'll tell you why Reagan's not gonna do it. Because she was saying, I've been a captain, I've been this, I've been that.
She's
this
full of
is like,
herself.
yes.
She's full of it. She's a
So I
little
think
stuck
she's
up.
gonna pack her little bag and be like, ugh, I can work on a better boat.
Yeah. They don't deserve me.
She wanted me to be a deckhand and
Yeah.
not take naps and smoke cigarettes all the time. Oh,
Stay
hell no.
sober? Oh, hell no. So she is Reagan, and then we see Sandy text a mysterious person,
Yeah.
telling them how excited she is to have them back.
See you soon.
But we don't know who it is, so it's a little dun dun dun. We cliffhanger, a TBD, a to be determined. Okay, so then the crew learns about the Reagan news, how she's
Yep.
been sacked. She goes around telling people, "I've been sacked. I've been sacked." Sad Sack would have been a decent name.
Oh my gosh,
a
much
boat.
much better than Dr.
How dare you?
Just saying. But did you hear Storm calling her babe?
Yeah, I think that's just the way Storm is.
Yeah, but I would think it's okay if you call all the women babe, including Kyle, because he's a babe.
He is a babe. He's a service
But-
babe.
She was his bosun.
Not anymore.
Well, that's true.
Not anymore, Teresa. But they all console her, and I don't think they're very surprised at this news.
No one's surprised.
Jason definitely not surprised.
Jason's gonna party hard.
And so Reagan hops into the van and drives off into the sunset.
Goodbye, Reagan.
Goodbye, my Reagan. Goodbye, my bosun. Bye, my friend.
Well,
Okay.
all right. So Reagan's out. A new decky will be in soon.
We'll be arriving by the next charter.
Yeah, so first we see everyone's prepping the boat.
And there's
for
a
the
lot
new
of time.
charter.
There was like 2 days, so like 48
Yeah.
hours till the next charter. Or something.
Yeah, they have a lot of time.
a lot of time for
and
Dave to spiral out of control.
oh my gosh, Dave is out of control. And basically, Natasha says, he is suffocating me. He needs to stop. He needs to leave me alone.
What happens is they're in the kitchen together. Dave and Natasha are in the kitchen together, and some steam burned her eye. It was an accident. Burns her eye. She runs off to her cabin to kind of get maybe a little alone time to collect herself. Dave chases after her, which is not wrong. He wants to check in on her. He is somewhat responsible as the chef for what happens in the kitchen. He runs after her, but that's where she goes, you know what? He's always suffocating me. He needs to give me some space. And yeah, he's being totally clingy. He is not this fun, free-spirited, climbing Everest Dave that he used to be. He's a sad sack.
He is, honestly, he is such a turnoff.
Yeah, and you were so turned on by him.
Not so, but I thought,
Somewhat turned on by him.
Because I thought, like, oh, look at this dude, like, cool tattoos, he can cook, he's adventurous, right? He is a pussy.
Oh, hello.
I have to
and when
say
you are a
that.
pussy, you get no pussy. And that's just, you take that for
Literally.
free. I know.
That should be a quote.
I know. I have a bumper sticker on my car. You haven't seen it?
No, but we should
Yeah, so
print
be
them.
a pussy, get no pussy.
Yeah, be a pussy, no pussy.
Yeah,
you
no
pussy,
for
no
you.
pussy.
No pussy for you. Okay. So then some good news. Sandy calls Storm to the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, I need a new bosun. I feel like I can trust you. I feel like you really proved yourself. You delivered. And I want you to have the job.
Yes, but he's a provisional.
Yeah, I think it's an interim, or I don't know if that
Yeah.
means you can prove yourself and keep
That's
that
the idea
title.
because she said, I think he can do it. I saw him organized. Like, I saw him working. He's a hard worker. I want to see if he can lead the team because it's
Yeah.
a whole different skill.
Yeah.
Being able to lead a group of people, especially on a boat when things have to be done well. Otherwise, everything's going to go to hell.
Exactly. Storm accepts, of course, and it's sort of been his goal to get to that next level.
Yes. He said he's been traveling and working on all kinds of boats, as all kinds of positions, right? Working his way up.
Yeah.
And so this was his dream.
This is his dream. He got the offer. He accepted the offer. He tells Z, his buddy Z, the news. Z is pumped for Storm.
Yeah.
Right? He thinks Storm deserves it. Did you see Jason overheard? I think Jason
I did
overheard
not.
Storm telling Z. Didn't look thrilled. I think Jason thinks he deserves. Because we heard Jason talking to the last guests.
Yeah.
Oh, I used to be captain of my own boat. I did this, I did that. Now I'm just blowing up water toys.
Well, I think he expected it in a way because he knew that Storm was the one taking charge.
Yes.
You can vibe someone who has leadership skills.
It's dress for the job you want, and it's act for the job.
Absolutely.
You don't get promoted and then start acting and filling those shoes.
No.
You start doing the job and then you get promoted for the job you're doing.
Absolutely. And Jason was just arguing with Reagan. Like Storm, at least, even though he did not like how Reagan was doing things, he wasn't being rude to her.
No.
He was
He's
still
being a
being
professional.
respectful to her. Exactly. So was Z.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Jason could not expect him being the bosun.
No, but I think he wanted to be.
Well, yeah,
Of course.
everyone
wants that promotion.
everyone wants a promotion. Come on. I think the only one who didn't want it was Z because we learned that last charter
Yeah.
was his first one. So he is still in this learning period. So I think he's just happy that things are going well for him and he
he's
was
humble.
asked
Yeah.
to go back. So
Yeah. So he's happy with what he has. Then we get all crew. Sandy calls for an all crew, tells everyone that Reagan was let go.
Goodbye, Reagan.
Says it wasn't easy, but for now we have that interim, that provisional bosun. We got Storm stepping in.
Yes, and Storm is getting emotional. He says this has been his dream. Everything is working out for him, right? And then Natalia wants to know if the new Decky is a male or a female because she's going to be sharing the cabin.
Yes.
And it's a female.
woman.
It's a female.
It's a female. Okay. Speaking of females, we see Dave texting Natasha.
Oh my gosh.
Asking
Can we
to
talk?
talk.
Can we talk? All
Wait, I
these
need to talk.
exclamation
I just need to-
points.
Let's talk. Please, let's talk. And Natasha just leaves it on red. Okay.
I hate, oh my gosh, like this, it's silly, but you get like throwbacks to like dating in high school, like dating when you were a freaking
It's
teenager.
complete high school vibes.
It's horrible. I used to hate it, especially because it cost me money to send text messages to someone. And I hate it when people are bothering me. I'm like, I have nothing to talk to you about. Like, leave me alone.
The worst part of that, though, was the unknown. You'd be throwing these texts out into the ether, not knowing what are they doing. Are they on a date? Are they just at home ignoring me? Are they texting someone else? Dave at least knows that she's below deck working.
Yeah.
And so at least he knows she's not out with some other guy. So, but he's losing his mind. And this is the point in the episode where everything just starts to spiral out of control.
Yep.
So the crew gets dressed for the night. They're going to head out. Storm, let's do a little outfits the segment. Storm rocking this fisherman chic.
Yeah.
Look, right? The homeless pirate.
Oh, I was just going to say that.
And it just hit me, and you could tell me I'm crazy. He looks like Colin Farrell.
No, but he did look like Colin Farrell in the throwback photos with his longer hair.
No, he looked when he had that hat on.
With the longer hair.
Colin Farrell cat, maybe. He's not the total Colin Farrell, but he's close. I think when he had that little sailor cap on, that little fisherman's
I
cap
think
on.
he could be Colin Farrell's younger, not as well-made brother.
Okay.
But I see what you're saying.
A vibe.
I see what you're saying.
It's a vibe. They get to a restaurant. The food is flowing. The drinks are flowing. Dave looks like a wet blanket the entire time.
Oh my gosh, he looks miserable, and he's just trying to talk to Natasha, and she does not want to talk to him, and she just gets kind of upset. So they finish eating and they hit the club, right?
Oh, yeah.
And everyone's going wild, dancing. Jason is sitting down saying, I don't really know how to flirt. Like, I don't know if I have a vibe. I just kind of just happens. And I was thinking like, all right, shit are about to hit the fan, right? Is Jason gonna move in?
Yeah. And
Right?
I have that later in my notes. Once everything falls apart, I go, okay, Dave lost his cool. He lost his shit. It almost got really bad. But if Jason steps in and if Natasha and Jason even kiss, everyone run for cover.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to get ugly.
But not today. Not today. We just see everyone dancing, drinking, and then Storm talking to Z.
Yeah, I like
cigarette break.
I like that Storm. It's a night off. You're off the boat. You're letting loose. But he's such a professional. He's thinking about the job already. He's taking it so seriously that even when he's not on the job, he's thinking about the job.
I mean, let's just be honest. As adults, if you do like what you do talk about it. I talk about what I do all the time. You talk about what you do all the time.
But if we're at the club getting loose, we're going to get loose. But we have Storm thinking about, you know what? I got to do my job well. I got to make sure everything is in place. I maybe I'm feeling a little overwhelmed, but I'm talking to my buddy Z, and we're going to get through this, and he's going to support me, and I'm going to do a good job.
Yeah, and Z is offering some feedback.
Yeah, and I like that. He's taking this seriously.
Well, I like the feedback, but I also like how Storm accepts the feedback, because he's like, you have to stop saying I and start saying we. Stop doing everything yourself.
Yes.
And that's a great point, because
leaders need to lead. They don't just need to do.
Yes. And this is something that I talk with people about. Once you start being a leader, right? This is the toughest thing to do. This is the toughest thing to do, to focus on. And
you became a leader because you were so good at doing.
Yes.
But now you must lead others in their doing.
Yes.
Yes, it's not I, it's we. It's very sound advice from Z. So back on the dance floor, not such good things happening here. Dave is basically stalking Natasha around the club, trying to talk to her.
Yes, and she's just trying to go to the bathroom. She doesn't want to talk to him. She's just over this, right? And Natasha's like, we're not in a fucking relationship.
That was it. I think that was the final straw for Dave and his intoxicated mind, because we think they were in a relationship. All signs pointed to, yes, they were in a relationship. They just were not going to be open about the relationship. And now we have Natasha going, we're not in a relationship, Dave.
Two things. A final paper straw, because we are on the ocean. You got to save the animals.
Oh, boy.
And number
two.
Okay,
Mitch. I don't know we invited Mitch to this podcast.
No, but I love, I saved the seal. So try
Yes.
to. I
Okay.
try to think.
Right.
But number two is that they were dating, not in a relationship, unless they had the talk. Did they have the talk?
That's fair.
I think they.
That's fair.
I think they banged a few times, and I guess I'm telling you, a lot of Europeans are not doing the talk. You are either hooking up or you are in a relationship. But so I think David just assumed that this is it.
Okay.
And I don't think Natasha was fully on board. I think she was having fun.
Fair enough. I don't know that dating is a wise thing to do on a boat.
Absolutely not.
You should lock it down and say we're going to be monogamous. Otherwise, it's going to get very ugly. But that's a good point. Maybe it was just we're casually dating. We're
And I think,
hanging out, as the kids say.
Yeah, especially if you just end your 5-year relationship while you're already pursuing someone else.
Yeah.
You need a break.
Let it breathe.
Have fun. But don't get into a relationship. And I don't think she was trying to get into one.
Yeah. So Natasha says this. Storm's off. Dave then goes to Storm and says, I feel like I may have lost one of the best things in my life.
Oh, shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
Meanwhile, Natasha hops in a cab
And leaves.
and goes back to the boat. Wow. A lot is happening. I need to sip my tea, maybe reheat my tea. Teresa, can we take a quick break?
Sure.
Let's take a quick break. And when we come back, it's going to get ugly. It's going to get someone call the doctor. Someone call Dr. Sandy because people are going to be in pain. All right, let's take a quick break. We'll be back in a second. And we're back.
Ahoy, Jonathan.
Ahoy, Teresa.
Ahoy, indeed.
Are you ready to get into this?
Oh, yeah. Let's get into the club.
Let's get into the montage of Dave slamming beers. This is where the boat name Bottles and Canned in part came from.
I love how
right?
you keep bringing up your names.
You got to bring up the names.
You're being a little bit
you
like
can
me.
weave yours in.
You are
feel free
being
to-
a little bit like me.
Feel free to weave yours in if you want.
I sure will. But we see Natalia dancing on the bar, living her best life.
Everyone's living their best life except for Dave.
Yes, and Dave. Okay, I can read Dave and his personality, and that's why it's sad because for someone to get this drunk without remembering anything, it's a problem.
Yeah, and I'm no Dr. Sandy, but I think he's self-medicating. I think he's dealing with some shit, and he kind of alludes to it later on. He's got a lot of stress and anxiety, and he's medicating, and that's not good medicine.
No.
He over-medicated, and it leads to this behavior that we'll see where he, first of all, just starts drunk texting Natasha.
Because he's drinking everything. You see him with beer, you see him doing shots, you see him with a glass of wine or champagne. Like he literally poured everything inside of him.
Yeah. Not good, not smart. And then we see Natasha, who does do something smart. She grabs her things and moves into a guest cabin.
Classic move.
It's a classic move. It's a good move. You got to get that separation. Seek shelter because a shitstorm is coming. And the crew hops into the vans, heads back to the boat, and hello, Storm and Natalia. Hello.
Yeah, Storm is living his best life. He's
Steamboat.
like,
Springs, Colorado.
I'm working on this great boat with my buddy. I'm just kissing the hottest girl. Or
Great
the most,
day. Got a tip. And best day of my life. And the producer's like, and you got a promotion. And he's like, I didn't even think about that.
He's like, holy shit. Living his best life.
Living his absolute best life. Everyone gets back to the boat. And they're like, where's Tasha? Where'd she go? I don't see Tasha. And so Dave switches from texting to calling.
Oh my gosh.
But she still doesn't answer.
No. So they start fighting over text messages.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
She's responding?
Well, I thought she was.
I thought it was just him berating her one after
maybe it was
the
because
other.
I kind of messed some of it and I said, go back. And you're like, no, this is the important
No, I
stuff.
went back once.
Okay, so it was just him. Okay, got it.
It was him, and he texted, no response. So he calls, no answer. So then he goes back to texting her, if you don't answer, I'm going to tell everyone. So now we're threatening her.
Oh my gosh.
And if that's not bad enough, he goes, okay, good luck to you, slut.
Yeah,
And now, and he did not use the word slut the way we use it to each other, which is a term of endearment. He was using it as an insult.
You slut.
No, you're a
I love you.
slut. I love you too, you little slut.
I love you too, you slutty Jonathan.
But he was not using it that way. He was using it as an insult.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And not even a good one, because I think if she was being a little sluttier, he would have been happy. He would have been happy if she was, quote unquote, slutting it up.
I don't think
with
he
him.
will.
No, with him.
But apparently he used the C word too, which is bad.
Not a
I
good
hate
word.
when people say that. That's
C,
trashy.
see the letter C, not SEA.
Yeah.
C.
Yes, the letter C.
Not good.
Yeah, not good at all. And he's so drunk. Luckily, Kyle finds Natasha.
Yeah, he
stays
checks
with her,
in.
which I'm glad because honestly, when someone is this drunk and this enraged, you don't know what's gonna happen.
It's sad and scary to say, but you don't know. And so,
Yes.
yeah, it was good that even just to have the emotional support
Yes.
of Kyle being there. Natasha shows Kyle the texts and goes, he's fucking psycho, which, yes, that was psychotic behavior. It was drunk, but not everyone does that when they're drunk.
I don't think it was just alcohol. Like there is no way.
You think there was drugs involved?
Well, I'm not saying like having drugs, but maybe painkillers or maybe I don't know, like what do you call it, Valium or something?
Maybe
Like,
I don't want to
No, but how do
assume
you?
too much. But
No.
believe me, I've been very drunk and I've seen other people very drunk and I've never harassed or threatened someone, but I've done stupid things. I've said stupid things.
Yes, but you always remember pieces unless he's lying.
I didn't believe in blacking out until I blacked out for the first time.
I mean, I did black out too.
Yeah, I honestly did not believe blackouts were a real thing. Every time, because I had friends in high school, early in college, like, oh, I blacked out. I'm like, you're lying. You're full of shit. Like that, I've never blacked out in my life. And then senior year in college, I blacked out for the first time. And I went, oh, it's a real thing.
Yeah, I blacked out for the first time when I was 16. It was fun.
Yikes.
Yes, exactly.
But so I don't know. He could very well have mixed some other things into that cocktail. He could have very well just been extremely drunk, and that led to.
Well, I thought when you said he's self-medicating himself that he's
no, some people.
self-medicating
No, yeah,
himself.
some people self-medicate with alcohol.
Oh, gotcha.
understand?
Okay.
Okay, Dr. Teresa.
Okay.
And so, yes, Natasha says he's fucking psycho. Kyle tells the camera, this is now the second time I've seen Dave act like this.
Mm-hmm.
And it shows me the kind of person he is.
That's what I said.
So he immediately goes, he's not just a service queen, he's a gossip queen. And he goes and tells Natalia what's going on. And he tells Storm. But I think he tells them more of like, Storm, you better go.
Well, he
talk."
interrupts them
Oh, yeah. That's
to begin with. They're trying to bank. Kyle, the service and gossip queen,
Yes.
walks in. But I think, okay, did you think his intentions were good in a way that,
Yeah, I do.
okay.
I think he went to go get Storm to be like, Storm, go
Well,
talk to Dave.
Good intentions for Natasha.
Yes. No, I think Kyle was going, I'm not going to get involved with
Yeah.
Dave. But Storm, maybe you can talk some sense to him. Maybe you can cool him down.
Yeah.
If nothing else, maybe you can keep him separated from
Yeah.
Natasha right now because the last thing she needs is you barging in there and berating her.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was almost, he was worried. He was scared.
Yes.
Is this going to keep escalating? Hopefully not to something physical, but
Yeah.
just in case, Storm, go handle it.
Well, I think I asked these questions too soon. I was actually going to ask it when Dave is going to cry and Captain Sandy's going to show up.
Oh, okay. Well, we can get to
We'll
that.
get there. We'll get there.
So, but Storm does go talk to Dave, and Dave says, well, we've been hooking up for months, and it's been frustrating because nobody understands what's going on. And Storm does, not knowing, I think, the full picture, takes Dave's side and saying,
Just in front of Dave.
I
Just in
guess,
front of Dave.
says, I'll always be there for you, and tries to console him.
Not I think, because he does this, he talks to Dave, he goes back to Natalia and says, you know what, I don't take Dave's side. I don't
Yeah.
buy that. I take
True.
Natasha's
True.
side. So,
Meanwhile, Dave is just looking at the photos of the two of them on his cell phone
oh
like
my
a real
gosh.
creeper.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So cut to the next morning. Storm is filling Z in on all the drama and how Dave and Natasha has been banging for months. Storm being a bit of a gossip queen himself now. And here's where we get Dave waking up going, I don't remember what happened last night, but I know I fucked up. Because I think you can see him reading through he's looking at what he sent and what he said. And he tells the camera, it's unforgivable. You should never talk to people like that, even if they are in the wrong. And he, in that moment, he still puts it on Natasha.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy to me. And we'll talk about it. He never apologizes to Natasha until the very end. Mm-hmm. There's this moment. So he puts the blame on her, which is insane. Capital INSANE, insane. And then he's sitting there in bed. Natasha goes in to get her stuff out of the cabin. Mm-hmm. Dave sees her. She walks out. He doesn't say a peep.
No. He said bye.
Right. He doesn't go, I'm sorry. Wait,
I know.
hold on. I want to apologize. What I said was completely out of line. He just goes, bye? That's unacceptable.
I totally agree, but imagine if you do something like this and you don't remember. Let's say he doesn't.
He read the
really-
text. He saw what
Well,
he
yeah,
sent
but,
her.
Okay. Those are texts.
I don't
He
care.
doesn't remember what else happened.
But then let me talk and find out.
Well, yeah.
Let
he
me
should
ask
have,
you.
Yeah, he
Let me
should
ask
have.
you. Did I apologize? Did I say anything else?
Oh,
'Cause-
no. I agree with you. But I think he's just like,
But if he cares
doesn't
so
know
much,
what to do.
if he's gonna, I love her so much, I want to be in a relationship with her, and you're not even gonna take a second to be like, wait, I'm sorry. That's
Yeah, no, you're
inexcusable.
right.
It's total BS.
you're right.
Thank you. But while one relationship is on the shitter, another one is blossoming. We have Storm and Natalia still being very flirty after their night together. It wasn't a, oh my God, we were drunk, what did we do? It was a, where do we take this next?
Oh,
do we
yeah.
take it to a shared cabin? Because maybe we want to be roommates. Very flirty.
I feel like they should just keep it the way it is and just keep it fun.
Yeah. Don't get too
Shared
serious.
cabin gets too serious.
Nah, you're roommates.
Yeah.
But so Natalia, she breaks off from Storm and she goes to talk to Natasha. And Natalia's like, oh, I would have punched Dave in the face if he said these things to me. And Natasha, she starts to put blame on herself, which was crazy to me. So now you have Dave blaming
Yeah.
her, which is BS. And now she's blaming herself, saying, I started it. Why? Because she didn't want the relationship out in the open. That's her prerogative. She has every right to be like, let's keep this on the down low.
No, totally. But, well, I think she feels bad because she feels maybe like she was leading him on.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But still not her fault.
No,
Not her fault.
absolutely not. But next thing we see the deck crew and Jason thinks that, like, Jason talking to the cameras, and he thinks that Storm will do much better job than
Yes.
Reagan. He expects him to keep things in order and just hopefully be doing a good job.
Yeah. And there's this one lighthearted moment where Kyle and Natalia, they started talking about, well, what could a partner do that would send you running? We've seen what Dave does that sends his partners running. What could a partner do that would send you running? And Kyle's like, I don't know, when people do like, like
Before they spit. Ew.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
ew,
oh, that's what
yeah.
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 Yeah. I'm sorry, guys, for
I'm
even
with
doing
Kyle. I'm with
that.
Kyle.
Natalia, on the other hand, what could send her running? Someone leaves a skid mark in the toilet.
Well, oh,
Were you going to ask what a skid mark is?
but I get it.
I'm glad you have to ask. See that? See how?
I clean our toilets all the time.
Oh yeah, I do too, Teresa. We won't get into that, but it doesn't make me run. That's all I'll say. So cut
JK,
cut
Jonathan.
to Dave, who is stewing in the kitchen. No pun intended. He's reading his phone, and he all of a sudden abruptly leaves to go into the bathroom, where he just starts bawling. You can hear him whimpering.
Yes, and this is what I was gonna ask, and I accidentally asked too soon.
Yeah.
So Kyle comes
Premature
in.
ascuation.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly. Well said. Kyle comes in and he's like, "Oh, are you okay? Like, what's up? What's going on?" And Dave is like bawling. So Kyle
Bawling.
goes. What is he doing?
I was just reiterating. I was like bawling. Yeah.
So Kyle goes up and to the bridge and gets Sandy. And
Yeah.
here is my thought.
Dr. Sandy.
Do you think he did it because he wants to help Dave? Which I'm sure he does. But did it to make Captain Sandy aware of what happened, to protect Natasha and possibly get rid of Dave? Because I get it. Like, it was not healthy. And this was the second time that he acted like this.
Maybe. I think, who else do you turn to?
I know, and I don't think Kyle was being malicious whatsoever. I think he's great, and he's a great friend to Natasha and
Yeah.
Natalia, but he sees that Dave has issues, and so to bring something up to your boss,
Yeah.
to your boss, means that you want a resolution. You want something to be resolved.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it was part trying to keep the boat safe, Natasha
Yes.
and everyone on the boat, but also just trying to find someone who could console Dave in that moment because we see Dr. Sandy. She goes and she sits with him, and her tone, she just has this tone about her. And I mentioned it when she talked to the guests. I think it was the first charter when the toys weren't being inflated. And she just has this tone, this calming tone where she's a teacher talking to second graders when she can just say, just breathe, keep breathing, just concentrate on your breath. And she can just calm people down. And maybe Kyle knew this, and that's why he got her. But she's able to achieve a level of calmness with Dave.
No, I think it was great. And I like that Kyle did it. Actually, I thought it was great.
Yeah.
It was great. So Sandy's trying to talk to Dave, and he's just crying and crying. And Sandy's like, you know what, breathe and let's go for a walk. Let's go for a walk. Let's sit down.
Yeah.
So they did. They're sitting by the water, and Dave is like, yeah, I fucked up. I said some things to Natasha. And I love that Captain Sandy was like, you know what? I need to go and talk to Natasha.
Yes.
Do you want to stay here to relax? Like, she's so good.
Yeah, Dr. Sandy. Now do you appreciate the boat name?
Sure.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
But yeah.
So she gets back to the boat. Dave is sitting there crying. And she calls Natasha to the bridge. And Natasha's telling Sandy what happened, but she doesn't go too deep. She doesn't mention the text messages because she knows that would be the end of Dave. And she still says, I think he's such a nice person. He's so caring. Like, I don't recognize this Dave, but I don't want to ruin him.
Yeah. And so Sandy says, well, it's not your fault. Whatever happens, not your fault. People make their own decisions. And Natasha goes, okay, and kind of explains the dating history and how she decided I didn't want it to go any further. And Sandy just says, well, do you feel safe? It all comes down to how you feel. If you feel threatened, well, we can't have Dave here. But if you feel safe still, then we can, business as usual, we can keep moving forward. And Natasha says, yeah, I feel safe. I just hope it doesn't escalate to a point where someone would have to leave. But right now I feel safe. And so Sandy gives Natasha the same recommendation she gave Dave, which is you guys need to separate cabins.
Yes. And next we see Sandy asking Dave to meet her, right?
Yeah.
And basically says, talk to Natasha. What happened is not okay. One more time and you're fired.
Yep.
And you need to move cabins. Like, she was way more stern with him.
Yeah.
Which is good. Yeah. And I hope he gets it and I think she hopes he gets it too because she loves him as a chef. Right? So I don't think she wants to lose him. So hopefully Dave can wrap his mind around it. Stay sober.
Yeah. And then the final scene is Natasha and Dave have a word.
Yes.
And Dave says, I feel like I betrayed you. And Natasha goes, everyone knows you're a good person. I'm sorry I made you feel like you had to hide stuff. They hug it out, and Dave finally apologizes.
Yeah, and Natasha's like, no hard feelings. Girlfriend, be mad. Be mad for a few days. Like,
Yeah.
I would because
It's not okay.
It's absolutely not okay.
He needs to learn his lesson.
And the messages were very, very nasty.
The only thing I would say, which doesn't excuse it and doesn't make it any better, is this was really shocking and jarring to us because it's the first we really saw Dave act like this.
Yeah, well, second, but sure.
It wasn't this bad the first time. He was
but it
trying
was
to be an
still-
alpha. The first time he was trying to be an alpha, and this was really, really bad. Natasha's known him longer and knows him better than anyone. Maybe she's seen this behavior before and knows when Dave gets too drunk, this is how he acts. He freaks out. And so she may be desensitized to it is all I'm saying. I'm not saying it excuses it. Maybe she's desensitized to it, and that's why she's so easily able to kind of look past it.
Well, I would hope if that happened in the past that she would have told him, like, dude, we're just going to be friends. Like, moving forward, like, we're going to work together again. No. So
I would hope so.
Yeah.
But it's my only thought. But that's the episode. I thought it was a great episode because things were at stake. There was a lot of drama. There was some levity. It had it all. It was a little scary and upsetting at points, but that's life. And this is a documentary, Teresa.
I love it.
And
I
we
think
got
it
it
was
all.
my favorite episode so far.
Episode 5, Mark It, our favorite of the season so far. Hopefully it keeps on getting better and better and better. We see a little bit of an accident coming up. Which
Oh
is
my
not
gosh, I feel bad.
gonna bode
I think
well
we
for
might lose a
Storm.
bosun.
We don't like to see that. But it's a great episode. We hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. Make sure you're following us on Instagram at Married to Reality Pod. All good things are happening over there, so come join the fun. Also, great things are happening on Patreon. So patreon.com/married to reality. Join the fun over there. Join the family over there.
Join
really.
the family.
Come join the fam. We are family. And thank you again for the reviews. One last thing. It's really one of the most important things. If you're not following the podcast, follow the podcast. It's so easy to do. You just got to look down, smash that follow button.
Guys, smash like it's as hard as this freaking episode because it was on fire.
An absolute steamboat. All right. I have said it all, Teresa.
Said it all.
You've absolutely said it all.
And our eggplant will be
guess-
ready in 9 minutes.
I guess Teresa has not said it all. Yes, we are going to go have some eggplant. All right. We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.